While most of us have been preoccupied with many other things, politics, religion, whatever it might be, the surveillance state is expanding around us, creating a huge, gigantic web, much like a huge spider around us. A web that's so tangled, and we're tangled in it, that it's going to be almost impossible to get out of it. I'm going to detail a few items that are just occurring to illustrate this. You should read my commentary, which is detailed on this subject called Scanners, No Place to Hide. You can read it on our website at rutherford.org. First, there are LPRs, or license plate recognition scanners. These are scanners placed on police cars. You can usually either see them on top of the police car or on the back of the police car. Some police cars have 3 of them. They can scan as they drive by your license plate number. They can go into parking lots where you're parked. You might be at a psychiatrist's office or other places that you might not want people to know. Well, while they're ostensibly looking for maybe stolen cars or something a terrorist might be driving, they're actually locating where you were on a date. These are recorded, put in databases. Many police say they don't do this, but what we found out is that police and airport personnel are actually keeping data or images of bodies and license plate numbers for later use. Coming to your neighborhood real soon are mobile scanning vehicles. This has just been revealed recently, but these are the excellent government and police vehicles. They're nondescript vans. They may look like someone delivering laundry. They may be a popsicle truck, whatever they might be disguised at, but they actually can go by your business, your homes, and they could actually scan you inside your home. They can get your body image. They can see what you're doing. You might be eating. You might be having whatever you're doing in private, something that you don't want anybody to know, but it's not illegal. It might be having sexual relations with your wife or whatever. This will allow government agents to actually look into your home as they drive by and scan everything you're doing. In other words, government peeping toms. There's more. Ever since the underwear bomber, the bungling underwear bomber in December 2009 tried to blow up an airplane, there's been a screaming need supposedly among government agencies to place scanners in every airport. And of course that's going to happen. You're going to be going through scanners no matter whether you want to do it or not. But scanners essentially, as experts show, do not really work if the so-called terrorist is intelligent. For example, it does not, a scanner, when it scans a human body, it'll show everything that you may not want people to see as you walk through the scanner. But if the device or the whatever the terrorist is trying to hide is up in a body cavity, the scanner does not pick it up. This can be a male or a female. They can stick something up in their body cavities and the scanner does not pick it up. A grave health risk has been raised about scanners. The x-rays bouncing off your body, whatever. Some doctors are now saying don't, especially pregnant women and children, don't go through scanners. It can cause cancer and other complications. So not only is it these scanners invasive in terms of our privacy, they can also pose serious health risks. So if there's so many problems with the scanners, with all these devices, why are we seeing the Transportation Security Agency, the agency that oversees airports, putting millions upon millions of dollars and buying scanners, and they're going to be placed in every airport? Is it really to protect us against terrorists? Well, as my commentary shows, and again, you can read it at rutherford.org, Scanners, No Place to Hide, follow the money trail. For example, Michael Chertoff, the former head of the Department of Homeland Security, it now works with a corporation called Rapiscan, which, by the way, he got involved in when he was working under George W. Bush. Right after the December 25th underwear bomber bungled his attempt to blow up an airplane, Chertoff made around all the talk shows and was pushing airport scanners. Not once did he mention that he worked for Rapiscan, this organization that's promoting scanners, and that the government is buying. This, along with other corporations, shows you how the government, as wedded to the state, and we got the corporate state, is going to place this surveillance system around us. But again, a lot of people are making money off of this. Remember, corporations don't really care about freedoms, liberties, and securities. Their basic bottom line is profit, even if it means the loss of our civil liberties. We've traveled a long road since 9/11. Under George Bush, our emails were being read. Under the U.S. Patriot Act, the government could go into our homes and do sneak and peek searches and black bag searches of our home while we were not there. Listening to our telephone calls, the National Security Agency, we found out, was listening to average Americans' telephone calls. All these things were happening under George Bush. They're continuing under Barack Obama and his administration. Now we see the scanners, which are going to be everywhere, folks. They're going to be driving by your home, your businesses. You're going to pass them in airports. The police are going to be driving by looking at your license plates. We have erected something that, in my opinion, unless there's some kind of stringent oversight, there's absolutely going to be no escape. In fact, we're all going to be suspects in the surveillance state, and it's going to be used against us, the average American.
Not so fast, Richie. Okay.
Well, these navigational charts seem okay. I don't think there'll be any problem. Hey,